What is up, folks? Briston Gaming. We are back with another episode of 7 Days to Die Mods Weekly, the show where we help you figure out what mods are good for you. And this week, as you can see here, we have a cool week ahead of us. But before we jump into anything, I want to say thank you, mod authors, and thank you guys for all the support. Mod authors, you guys are freaking killing it, coming up with new stuff constantly. You guys are just knocking it out of the park, keeping this game alive. Because honestly, I don't think this game would have been around for 10 plus years. I think it's been 10 years at this point now, without the support that you guys have done to create awesome mods and keep it going, because honestly it feels kind of stale at times without some awesome mod support. So thank you guys for what you do. But now we're going to jump into the mods, and the first mod is the Survivors Expanded Inventory by ZV4X, and it's a small overhaul mod for the UI. I say it's a small, it really doesn't impact a whole lot. It feels really vanilla, but improved as well. So instead of saying like 1 through 6, these are color coded. So there's just, little color coding here for how they go. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, I believe, is the order. And then when you look up here, you see how the outputs and stuff work. You've got your normal little crafting queue for your inventory, the output for whatever thing you're in, its tools and stuff. So instead of having a whole big separate window and stuff for it, it's just right here. I really actually like that, how it makes everything look pretty smooth like that. And then the inventory itself looks pretty smooth. It's now a 75 slot backpack with the pack mule perk adjusted to take into account how that works. And if you look at everything, like the status conditions you can have here is a little bit reworked, which is kind of nice. The map looks a little bit better, I think, in my opinion, looks a little bit better. You have more accessibility for the waypoints and stuff. I don't know about you guys, but I have a ton of waypoints whenever I do stuff like this. I mean, I have a buttload of them. And then, of course, the skill tree looks kind of the same. Quest log looks pretty much the same. Journal is the same. All that's the same. But, like, the important parts, the character, the map, and then just the general crafting and backpack view is different enough to look kind of impressive to me. And then when we come loot stuff, you see it looks the same as well. So it's really not changing a whole lot. Like I said, it's just it's an enhanced vanilla style HUD, which I think is still pretty good. Just in my opinion, it's nice, minimalistic, but makes some decent changes, especially with the larger backpack. And this is compatible with the Survivor's HUD, which changes up how the health and food and XP and everything looks as well. So you can combine these two mods together pretty easily. But with that, we're going to go ahead and move over to the next mod. Alright, folks, so this next mod is the Better Starting Items Origins by Wrathmaniac and Nomad, and it's just a neat little mod that gives you kind of questy, I don't want to say questy, but like class type stuff to start with. So you start with this little starting kit selector here, and you click recipes, and you can start as a farmer, as a hunter, as a militia, outdoorsman, or a sheriff. And when you select one, you get a little bit of different stuff. So like the farmer, you get a durable shotgun, some farm plots, potato seeds. You get a wrench, and I think some cowboy hat, and overalls and boots. And then like the hunter, you get a hunting rifle with a scope. You get a hunting knife, and then a cooking grill, and like flannels and stuff. So like we'll go ahead and we'll select like the militia just so you can see. And we select open. So the militia, we got the AK-47, some ammo, a shovel, military vest, some water, food, BDU top, BDU bottoms, boots, and then the normal stuff you would normally get when you spawn in. And now the reason I like this is because, like I said, it's not exactly classic, like classes stuff type what you would have, but it's more like previous mods we've shown before. Like these were the things that you did before this kicked off. Like you could say you were in the military, and that's how you start out, with a level 1 military vest, BDUs, and boots. Not exactly the best, but you could always say that that's like a flak jacket if you're from the military. So it's kind of nice. And then an AK is a decent gun to get you through some zombies or a bear or something, like especially if you spawn here on the edge of the snow biome like I did. You're walking along, you come across I thought it was a bear over there, but like a mountain lion or something like that. It gives you a chance to survive. That's why I like this a little bit, because it it gives you something different to start the game with that, you know, for people who struggle or people who just like different kinds of play styles, you can really lean heavily into this. Like, let's say you decide to start out as a hunter. Well, you can make that be the only type of weapons and gear that you are allowed to use, or you start off as a, you know, farmer or sheriff or whatever, these different ones. That's why I like this, because it can let you lend yourself a little bit more to kind of like a role play aspect of it. It's just a fun little mod I thought you guys would enjoy, because I do. But with that, we're gonna go ahead and move over to the next mod. Alright folks, so this next mod is the Shooty Explosive Traps by A20, and there's 3 traps that come with this, and they operate a little differently. So the first trap is the gas bomb, which has medium AoE and medium damage, and then we have the fragmentation bomb, which is wide AoE, like 9 to 10 blocks, but low damage. And then we have an improvised bomb that has small AoE but high damage. And as you see, they come with little helper blocks, and if you hold R and you go to shape, you can do the center or corners, so you can have them laid out differently depending upon how you want to set them out and stuff. But these are really neat because it's an alternate way to do like horde fighting and stuff like that. So if you've got a horde base set up, you can actually have a decent like pathway for zombies to walk and have these lined along it. So we've got this one here. This is the gas one. So we're going to step over here so we don't take any damage. And then we're going to go shoot, bang. And look at that. So I'm going to go, didn't mean to hit escape. Go God mode real quick. Look at the damage that those two took. Almost dead. That's kind of impressive. And then this one here is the frag bomb. So it doesn't have as wide of an AoE. Or I'm sorry, it's got a wider AoE, but it doesn't have as much damage. So we're gonna go, hey, come on, really? Stand like right here. Boom. Look at that. And then this is the last one. It's got high AoE but low, or high damage but low AoE. And it took all of them out. And there's not really a lot of block damage and stuff. That's why I like this. But like I said, these work really cool with, like, depending upon how you set up a horde base, you can set them up something like this, and then as the hordes are coming up on them, you can just sit there, you know, be shooting a horde going pew 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 pew, and then oh no, they're getting really, you know, boom, blow up a few of them. That's why I like this. It gives you like just different ways to fight hordes is always really fun for me. And this is one that does it really well with having the little explosives that you can actually shoot. And you can even just run around on the ground and have them out and shoot zombies as they gather up near you. Yeah, you know, depending upon how you play, depending upon what you do, it could be really fun. But with that, we're going to go ahead and move over to the last mod. Alright folks, so this last mod is for the base builders out there, and this is the Aurora Giggle Fairy decoration blocks. And it's just a super simple little helper block that you can craft from a workbench. You come here, you type in decoration blocks. It takes 12 iron, 10 wood, 2 leather, 1 duct tape, and 12 clay soil. And you have thousands of shapes to select from. Thousands of shapes? 1,000 shapes? Something like that? I don't know how to talk apparently. But now the reason I say this is for the builders and stuff is because like my wife Lunabug, she's not as into fighting zombies and stuff like I am. I'll go out and do just a bunch of quests and stuff like that. She'll come with me, but for the most part when we do questing and stuff, I do most of the fighting and stuff like that. She handles the looting so I don't have to. But what this is really cool for is like on those days where if I'm out doing other stuff and she wants to do decorations, she can with this because it's easy to craft. We always have tons of this resource available to us. So she'll sit there and she'll craft a whole bunch of these blocks like this. And then now she can just sit there and say, okay, I want to make, you know, I want to put a wood burning stove right here next to this because it makes sense. And it just acts as a little storage thing. You can put that in a kitchen, put the little grill on top and stuff like that. Or let's say, if, you know, she wants to make it, no, I don't want it to look like that. I'm going to put a modern stove next to a fridge. I'm even going to put a little projector on here, you know, just, you know, decorate a base out however you want. And of course, you see, you can't really interact with it. But it's a really cool mod that gives you the ability to decorate a base without having all these extra blocks to worry about, without having all of this extra crap that you have to go buy or make. Stuff like that. It's literally all just in one little helper block that is just easy as hell to craft. And it's convenient. Like, that's the biggest thing about it, is it's just super duper convenient. You want to set out a little bird bath outside, you know, maybe put a water block in there if you can. I don't know that you can, actually. But, you know, let's actually try, see if we can get a water block to go in there. Yeah, I don't think we can. But man, that'd be neat if it would work, right? Have actual water in a little bird bath. But that's the thing, like, you can decorate out a base and stuff with super simple with this. Because again, it's only 12 iron, 10 wood, 2 leather, 1 duct tape, and 12 clay soil. And you'll have that in spades by the end of day 1. I guarantee it. I know I do. Every single time. But with that, folks, we are done for the week. Thanks for sticking around. I hope you had fun. If you liked the episode, go ahead and like, subscribe if you aren't. But have fun, folks. Take it easy, and we will see you next time.